Oh, it was good. It was good to get back out there, knock the rust off a little bit. But it was a blessing to get back out there for sure.
Was it one of those things where you're kind of on a pitch count a little bit of how many reps you could go or anything like that?
Nah, not really. Just it's just seeing how the game progressed, playing as much as good as I feel. So felt pretty good out there.
How did you spend this bye week to get some rest?
Really just staying at home, doing some treatment, and watching the games. I don't like to do too much other than, when I'm not working out or football. I just like to chill, have some at-home time.
And this time last year, you guys coming off a bye week, going to Arkansas, that was a game you lost. I know you being a leader playing out last year, do you sense a different mentality in the locker room heading into or coming off of this bye week to Arkansas again?
Yeah, definitely. A different mentality, just, preaching, having that week off. Everybody's, it's easy to, let your foot off the gas a little bit when you've coming off of 2 wins. But really just preaching that, you got to stay motivated. Our coaches like to say, there's a little saying, more people die going down the Mount Everest, not going up. So I really just, really just puts emphasis on what I just said, just, not letting your foot off when things are going good. Yeah.
Jaxson,
Go ahead.
what was your assessment of the line group and the games you were out, and what kind of progress it made with obviously several of you guys out?
Yeah, I just thought we played really hard. I was really proud of the guys. Obviously, as a group, we've dealt with some injuries, so some young guys had to step up, and our older guys had to step up even more. So I was just really proud of how everyone, picked up their new roles, and really just showed, the type of heart and passion that we play the game with. So I was really proud in that sense, and we got a lot of things to work on as a group, me personally as well. But we're gonna progress each week, and I'm excited for that.
How would you describe Caleb Beasley as a player and as a teammate?
Yeah, as a player, he's fast, a playmaker, decisive. As a person, KB, we like to call him. He's just a really good dude. Always brings good energy. Always has a smile on his face. So you want those type of guys in your locker room and on your team, no doubt.
When you first got hurt, was there any concern that you might be out longer than what you were, or kind of how'd you handle that mentally?
Yeah, it was tough, no doubt. It's easy to feed like negativity in your head, but I had a great foundation, great support system. Got into my faith. That's what helped me the most, and my teammates and our training staff. I got news that wasn't thankfully a season ending. So once I found out that it wasn't season ending, I just lived in that training room so I can get back as fast as I could.
Once you live in that training room, is it a battle of patience at that point? Because you're probably putting a lot of hours in there. You want to be back. You want to be out there on the games. Is it just kind of a test of your patience too?
Yeah, I would say patience and God's timing. It sounds kind of cliche, but it truly is. Like it's not always as you plan it, but it's when it's meant to be. It'll happen. So that's just been my mindset this whole season. But I'm back out here, first game in Neyland since UTEP last year, so I can't wait.
Is that why you wear that wristband?
Oh, this bracelet? Yes. It's we got this. Some of the players at our little team devotional. It really just talks about like God's gospel, or it talks about the gospel of God, and all the different the heart represents how God loves us, and it really just talks about how through Him, through Jesus, that we're divided from Him because of sin, but because of Jesus sacrificing His life for us, that we can have that relationship and live eternally with Him. So yeah, I've been really blessed with some great faithful people around here that have helped me grow in that sense as well.
Jaxson, one of those is Joey Aguilar. It's our first opportunity to talk to you since he's done what he's done this season. Tell me how impressed you've been and what you've thought of him.
Oh, I always knew Joey was, he was gonna come out there with a chip on his shoulder, just because I was like, this is Joey's last year too. He's trying to make a name for himself, and I'm so he's such a great teammate, great person. It's not all for show. Like he really is like a great locker room guy, a great leader. I'm just very thankful we got him on our team. So yeah.
You and David were having to kind of watch together on the
Mhm.
sideline for a few weeks there. How big would it be if you guys can get him back this week? And you know, have you guys kind of talked about that a lot, like getting back to full strength in that room?
Man, yeah, Hobbs that's my guy right there. He's a beast, and he's just such a dynamic player, such a skilled athlete, but also very powerful as well. So, you know, getting him back would be humongous for our D line and our team, just our team, really. But yeah, we had a lot of talks about that, just lifting each other up while we're in the training room and on the sidelines together. You know, really just speaking life to each other. So, you know, I can't wait for him to show you know, the world what he's got. I know he's been working hard to get back out there on the field. So, yeah.
Do you guys kind of have a sense among yourselves that people haven't gotten to see y'all's defensive line truly because David hasn't been out there? You weren't out there for most of the first 4 or 5 games.
Yeah, a little bit, but I feel like our D line is, you know, they've balled out. You know, obviously we have stuff we got to work on, but you know, the guys that were thankfully healthy have like done some great stuff on tape. But yeah, there is a little sense of, you know, when we get our full health, it's going to be even more exciting. So it'll be fun.
What do you see in Arkansas's offensive line and just overall offense?
Offensive line, you know, they're going to be a well-coached group. You know, their former coach, Coach Pittman, was a great offensive line coach, and Coach Petrino's a great offensive mind. So we know that it's not going to be a cakewalk. It's going to be a dogfight. So we know that, you know, we can't look past anyone just because of what's happened in the past. And, you know, they're going to be a highly motivated group. Their quarterback makes a lot of plays. He makes a lot of things happen if you're not disciplined. So if we really just focus in on the little things, you know, that's really all we got to do this week. But we know it's going to be a good game.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, Jaxson.
Sure. Appreciate y'all.
Thank you.